welcome back to the third installment of ITC Photography. As always, I'm your host, Garrett King. Now, today we're going to be looking at even more proof that interdimensional beings are real. And you can hear a jet outside. Wow. So I've been trying to record this video all morning, and between birds chirping, dogs barking, and jets taking off, it's been rather difficult. Can't control the outside world, so we're just going to continue as we are. So this is going to be hopefully a quick video. I tend to ramble and talk too much, I know. I kind of wanted these videos to be short. Some of them, or the second one, was kind of long. So let's see if we can't shorten this down a little bit. We're going to look at three different interdimensional life forms that came through. Two of them were kind of back to back through a hydromancy session. And then the third one that I want to show you was during a video feedback loop session, which I've talked about, but we haven't actually looked at that side of this ITC research yet. So I kind of want to show you that today. All right, so let's go ahead and just jump into this. We're going to look at this video. Now, I want to explain something just very, very quickly here. When I was doing some of these sessions, when I started capturing these interdimensional beings coming through, one of the things that I started doing was using the Stephen Greer app, the CE5, I don't remember the exact name, but that app, because there were certain tones that he had in the app that you could play when you were out in the field trying to make, communication with these beings. I think one of them was for like Mount Shasta, and there was just several different ones. Well, I was actually playing those tones in the background as I was doing these later sessions. So did it help? I don't know, possibly. And it was the same app that had the thing that I was talking about where my bed was, putting off that magnetic anomaly, which I still cannot find the video. I don't know where the hell that video went, but I know I shot a video because I showed it to Shannon LeGros and several other people. So I just got to find it. I know it's somewhere. I don't think I deleted it, but I hope I didn't delete it. But it's somewhere. I just got to find it. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into this. This is a scrying session. Again, these black specks that you are seeing is coffee grounds, okay? This is coffee. It looks very light, but that's because I added coffee and then I added just a little bit of water so that it wasn't so dark. So what you're seeing here is coffee grounds that filtered through and came out. No big deal. It didn't affect the session at all. But let's go ahead and just play a few seconds of this so you can see. Again, this is just a session of me moving the water around. And as you're watching this, as it's in motion, you can literally at times see what appears to be faces coming through. But there's two in particular that I'm interested in that I want to show you today. Okay, so I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's 4 minutes and it's 4 minutes and 9 seconds. Again, I did not record for 4 minutes and 9 seconds. I probably recorded around 40 seconds or so. And because I shoot at a high frame rate, it creates a bigger video in slow motion. Okay, so the first one comes in at 1 minute and 58 seconds. So right about here. So I'm at 1 minute and 57 seconds now. And let's just go ahead and make this full screen. And I'm just going to advance frame by frame. Okay. And here it is. So it's right here. We can already see the large eye. We can see part of the mouth. And the other portion of the eye is over here. So this is about a 3/4 face coming through. So again, we're going to do the screenshot because we want to enhance this in HDR. drop it in. Okay, so here it is. It's loaded in. Let's go ahead and add a preset. Didn't really do a whole lot to it, did it? Yeah, we'll just go ahead and go with the cool drama. And we're going to increase the HDR clarity. It'll help sharpen up the image and pull out detail. So again, we can already see the eye, the mouth. The other eye is over here. It's partially hidden. Like I said, it's a 3/4 portion of the face. So let's go ahead and adjust the blacks a little bit. Shadows maybe. And maybe contrast just a tad. And we'll bring the exposure up just a tiny portion. And then as I've done before, I'm just going to paint these, or this effect, where it shows up just in this area. You can hear that chirping bird outside. Okay, so there it is. We can clearly see it. It's very visible. So let's adjust the temperature just a tad. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is kind of increase the detail of the eye, make it just a little bit darker. So let's see what one of these other effects will look like as an adjustment layer. Not super keen on that one. We can go here. All right, we'll darken it down a bit. And then now we're just going to shade in the eye a little more. And you can see where the other eye should be. So I'm just going to come over here and shade that portion as well. Okay. I mean, it's clearly a different life form. Okay. Very, very clear. And let's just do one other thing here. Maybe okay, so I'm going to bring the opacity on the eye down just a little bit, okay? So, again, it's very interesting, very cool looking. In fact, the big eyes, the big rounded head. I mean, it's everything that people talk about that they see, in alien abduction scenarios. I mean, it's all right there. Phone is beeping. Okay. So that's the first one that came through. It's very cool. I'm going to just go ahead and take a screenshot of this in case I use it for the thumbnail of the video. But again, 3/4 turned face, large eyes, mouth, everything. It's all right there. Now the second one comes in at 1 minute and 59 seconds. So immediately after this one. And this next one, it'll be only half of the face shows up. You can see where the rest of it was trying to come through, but only one half of it has tremendous detail to it, which you'll see here in just a moment. Okay, so advancing. And it now has formed right here. You would literally have to turn your head pretty far to the left to see it. And you'll see it here in just a moment as I add the detail. But we can see the large eye. We can see part of the mouth. And then over here, we can kind of start to see some darkening where the other eye or the other side of the face was, possibly trying to come through. I don't know why some of these only come in with just one side of their face, unless it's trying to act as a symbol of something, some kind of symbol of, like a demonstration that they exist in two different realms, or they exist in two different realms at the same time. Kind of like in the movie, or not the movie, but the show Stranger Things, where, they have the upside down, which is a exact mirror duplicate of, this side. Don't know. But let's go ahead and come back. Now, if you look very quickly, this is where the mouth is right here. And once I apply all these effects and everything and pull this out for you to see, I'll do the same thing I did with the first one. Not in this video, but the first video where I selected half the face, flipped it. But you can see where the mouth is. And in the very next frame, it's gone. The eye still remains, but the mouth is gone. And right here, it it doesn't even look like a mouth at all. You can see where the eye is, starting to form, and then how everything just kind of just jumps into place. It just, I don't know. It's weird how it just does it. It just jumps into place and everything just falls into the right place at the right time, at the right moment. I don't know how they are able to do this, but clearly they can. So, okay, let's go ahead and do a screenshot. This is really, truly one of my very favorite. Okay, we're going to drop it into Aurora HDR. Load it in. Okay, I think I'm going to use the same cool drama effect. Enhance the HDR clarity. Bring some of these colors down just a small amount. Changing the contrast doesn't really do a whole hell of a lot. Okay. I think that's enough. So let's go ahead and add this effect in just the area where the face. So again, we have that large, rounded head. Again, that everyone describes. Okay, and then I'm just going to apply one more adjustment layer and just add this impressive drama effect to it. Just because it kind of gives it that sort of dream time look to it. All right. Now we're going to take a screenshot of this, throw it over into Photoshop, and we're going to rotate it like so. Let's zoom out. And I want to enlarge this. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so just like I've done before, and this is just to give us an idea of how this would appear if the full face had come through. Okay, so I'm going to select this 1/2 and got to have the layer selected. I'm going to do a layer via copy, so I'm just copying that portion. And I'm going to flip it horizontally, move it over to the other side. And let's turn that off. Okay. And there you have it, folks. I mean, look at this. Look at the eyes, the large, rounded eyes. These are like almost almond shaped. And how many alien abduction stories have you heard where they've talked about these almond shaped eyes, these large, rounded eyes? And it's almost as though we are getting some kind of light reflection off of them. I mean, who knows what this is? And I've often wondered if these beings have been on the planet for centuries, and there's evidence that there are deep underground caverns, and there's evidence that civilization had once lived underground. And in some of these locations, they did not find any like black burning soot or whatever, would be on the ceiling of these caverns had they built fires down there. And if they had built fires, how would they have ventilated the smoke out? So is it possible that having these large set eyes like this is giving them the ability to see in the dark? Who knows? But that is a pretty incredible looking face, in my opinion. We can clearly see the mouth. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that these are the nostrils. These are clearly the coffee grounds coming up. Okay, so that's not nostrils at all. But clearly the eye, the shape of the head, I mean, it all fits the whole scenario of people talking about what they have seen during these abduction events. Okay, so that's the second one. Now I want to show you video feedback loop. So let's go ahead and just minimize that. We'll minimize this and pull up my document here. I think it's 764. Nope, not that one. I have several that are interdimensional alien looking beings. I think it's this one, 635. Here it is. Okay, folks. So it already played the moment I hit it. Let's actually open it up in QuickTime and not in preview. Okay, so when I shoot these videos, I shoot them in black and white. Now what you're looking at is the TV screen. There is a video camera that is in front of the TV screen, and I am behind it. But I'm zoomed in, excuse me, I am zoomed in to the TV screen because I don't need the video camera showing up in it. But the video camera is plugged into the TV, and that's it. There's nothing else plugged into this at all, okay? Because I don't want any sort of outside interference coming through, whether it be satellite, antenna, cable, nothing. I want nothing else plugged into the TV except the video camera. Once it's plugged in and the channel set to receive the signal, then you point the video camera at the TV itself so that you wind up with an image of the TV inside the TV inside the TV. And once you have that set up, then you slowly start to zoom into the screen until you get this warping effect, which is what you're going to see here when I hit play. So see how it's just this warping that is just basically moving across the screen over and over and over again. And obviously I can't hold the camera very still. I'm seeing the TV just like moving all over the place. But anyway, this is what it looks like. Okay. And the face already showed up. It's super quick. Now, this video was only 25 seconds long. This is before I started shooting in the faster frame rates. So I just shot normal speed, but still this face came through. Now it comes in at 24 seconds. So let me go back. And it's crazy because the video is 25 seconds. So this face literally showed up right before I got ready to end the recording. So that's kind of crazy. Okay. So we're at the start of 24 seconds. Now, this is what's interesting. The face will actually start to show right here. And you can kind of see a face, but not the face I'm talking about. And it's weird because when it comes in the second time, it's much larger and more detailed. Now, that could be just part of the loop. So it's looping over and over and over. So it could have laid down the first impression, and then in the next loop, it laid down the same impression larger. I don't know. Again, I don't know how they're able to come through in this way. So I can't describe 100% what the process is because I have no idea. This is how it's set up, but how they come through, no clue. No clue. And when you see this, you really have to stop and think too about what elements are at play here that is allowing them to manipulate this and get this to come through, because technically these types of images should not be showing up in this video feedback loop because it's just the camera pointing at the TV and that's it. Okay, so the face comes in right here. And again, it's very small. I don't really expect, too many people to see it. But we have an eye here. We can even see the pupil, can see the mouth, and the other eye is over here. But hang on. It's going to show up in better detail in just a moment. And boom, it's right here, folks. Look at this very carefully. So follow my mouse. We can see the eye. It's right here. We can see the iris with a slitted pupil in the center. Okay? And we can see the makings of the other eye over here. We can see the mouth. And possibly two little shaded areas here where the nose would be. Okay? But that is clearly there. And to just demonstrate, let's go past this. So the very next frame, it's just gone. Okay? So we can kind of see where it's coming into play here. And then boom, there it is. And the next frame, it's gone. So if we were to simply just hit play, I mean, that quick. There's no way that someone's going to be able to pick that up with the naked eye just watching the video. That's why, you have to analyze these videos frame by frame. Okay. So very quickly, just like we've done before, screenshot. Oops, I threw it into Photoshop. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to do it into Aurora HDR. So let's do another one. Okay. And then once we have it in here, no, I don't like that one at all. Okay, I guess we can go with this one. Don't really need to do much to make any changes to this. Okay, so I'm just going to paint in the effect where the face is coming through. Okay, so again, we can see a line right here for the mouth, the right eye. Here is the left eye. Okay, and let's just try to do a little more adjustments here to kind of help bring all this through. And again, I'm not adding anything by means of cloning or, doing any sort of special Photoshop tricks to add stuff to this that doesn't already exist. It's already there. But let's add a new adjustment layer, and let's try to see if we can't enhance the eyes some. Not sure what color we should make them. Okay, I don't know that they would have blue eyes, but why not? Again, this is just to help bring this in. And again, I'm just going where the iris is. Zoom out. Okay, wait for it to reset. And then let's just add one more adjustment layer and see if we can't bring out some of the whiteness in the eyes. Now, this one is very similar. When you look at the eyes, it's very similar to the one that I showed in the first video about interdimensional beings. Okay, so let's bring up the exposure just a little bit. And now we're just going to add that to just those areas where we can see where the white of the eye would be. And then over here, it's particularly small. Okay. All right. And there we have it, folks. I mean, you can clearly see this being now. I mean, especially now that I've added the enhancements. But without the enhancements, it's still there. Okay. Every element is still there. Let's do the slider. Okay. So especially on this eye, I mean, you can see the eye area. You can see where the iris is supposed to be and the pupil. And over here, you can clearly see the eye. It's like it's coming in like some kind of transmission or something, like it's being transmitted from somewhere, but how? How are they able to come through and show themselves in this way? I don't know. That's what I really want to try to figure out. you know, and can they and how are they seeing me? Don't know. Am I coming through their screen the same way? I have no idea. No idea. All right. So there you have it, folks. There's 3 more examples of interdimensional beings coming through using the methods of hydromancy and now the video feedback loop. So voila. Okay. Going to go ahead and end this video for now. I will probably next week go back to just doing 1 video a week, but because I missed a couple of weeks, I wanted to kind of get some fresh new stuff out and show you these examples coming through. And folks, there are a lot more examples coming up. So sit tight and they'll come out soon. All right. Until next time, I hope everyone takes care. Have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. And I will see you again next week. Bye-bye.